We are breaking new ground here, Edgar. All right. You may very well be the first Christian that I've seen do street epistemology on camera. There you go.
I'm gonna try to remain anonymous. I'm gonna try to remain anonymous, or like not.
I think it's too late for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's too late.
That was really cool. Thank you for your time and sharing your thoughts. Appreciate it. Hope to see you around.
Have a good one.
All right.
I'm really into photography, so I just wanted to ask what you were doing today.
I'm interviewing people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you part of the newspaper here?
No.
Oh.
No, I just got here. It's my first year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh. You do photography?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
have a Canon T6i Rebel.
Oh. Are you interested in my equipment or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have my drone here also.
You got a drone? Is it easy to put the drone up?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Could you get some drone footage of me?
Oh, sure.
Yeah?
I actually did one.
I'll pay you for your time.
UTSA.
What's that?
I actually did a drone footage for UTSA here.
Oh,
I
neat.
uploaded it about a week ago. Yeah. Where is it?
What's your name?
Edgar.
My name is Anthony. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You just happened to just stop by and see me out here and just ask me that?
It's just that I've seen you before. And I was wondering what is he doing? So,
Yeah, I'll give you a sticker or a magnet. Which would you prefer?
probably a sticker so I can put it on my back.
So search for that on YouTube, and my name is Anthony, and you'll see examples of me interviewing the students here largely.
Here. This is the thing that I don't know if you want to put it like up against you so that the shadow will like see it.
Holy shit, this is awesome. Could you put it over that tree and then just fly it slowly towards me here?
Okay.
Oh, here's your phone.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay. It's always an adventure out here, folks. Good talk with Gunnar. It seemed like he was more interested in talking about politics than his ghosts. You got this drone 5 years ago?
2.5. Wait, actually, I don't know. When did the Mavic 1 come out?
I know nothing about drones. Oh, very little.
Yeah, maybe like at most 3 years ago. I had it 3 years ago. Yeah. And my brother crashed it when it was brand new. So there was no way to fix it. They told us you might as well get a new one.
Have you ever abused machines before?
What do you mean?
Do you ever fly a drone right into a tree on purpose?
Oh, no, never.
Never?
No, that's
not?
why they told us you might as well get a new one because it was going to cost us around $800 to fix it. And the drone itself cost us $1,000.
So the price is preventing you from just drilling that sucker right into a rock? Okay.
No, there are some that are made for like temporary use. Like I have one that's $50 and I used it just because for having fun. And that one, I mean, it's $50. You can crash it and then you can buy another one.
Let me ask, before you walk away and do that, let me ask you a quick question.
Yep.
If you had an unlimited access to drones and you derived entertainment or pleasure from just drilling them right into rocks and trees and shit,
I'll probably make a YouTube channel out of it.
you just like make a YouTube channel out of it, just
Yeah.
crashing them left and right?
Yeah, like survivability of drones.
Okay, interesting. All right, yeah, so let's do the drone shot and maybe we can talk some more.
Yeah, sure. I don't have any more time.
Yeah, he probably has no idea what he just walked into here. Oh, I fucking love this stuff. Oh, okay, I've got some students walking my way. I might see some familiar faces while he's droning. Hey, really nice. Maybe I can snag one of these students to stop by and pretend like they're talking to me. Do you want to be in the shot with this drone flying overhead? He's gonna like do a video with me. Are you interested or not?
Sorry. I don't mind.
Okay. He's gonna just put it here and slowly come this way.
Alright.
Could you just sort of look like you're really thinking and like that guy's asking me really good questions? Okay.
Sorry, I was about to lose my voice.
What's your name?
Tamir.
Nice to meet you. My name's Anthony, by the way.
Nice
Thanks for
to
stopping.
meet you. Yeah. What are y'all doing?
Well, he's coming now, so I'll just be like pretending like I'm asking you questions. I really appreciate you doing this.
I don't mind, dude.
I have a YouTube channel where I interview the people, the students here. This guy just happened to be walking by with a drone. And I was like, dude, can you just get like a shot flying overhead so I can have something as an intro to my channel? Okay. Cool. That's about it.
That's it? Which channel?
I'll give you a link here. Would you like a magnet or a sticker?
Yeah, I'll take this sticker.
Okay. If you search for those words and my first name Anthony, you'll see examples on my channel of me talking to people. Yeah. Dude, thanks for stopping and being a good sport about that. I appreciate it. All right, see you around, man. Do you have a card or something with your information on it?
No. I have another business that's actually embroidery, and I'm waiting on those cards. If not, I could have given it to you.
This is my card with my email on it.
Okay.
Would you please email me with a link so that I can download that?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Here's a little something for your time.
Oh, thanks.
I really appreciate it.
And
Oh, that looks incredible.
yeah, it doesn't have any sound on because
No, that's
there
fine.
wasn't any sound.
I'll put music on it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Oh, that's fantastic.
I try to fly it as low as I can. Well, as I'm legally
Yeah.
allowed to.
Do they
because-
give you a hard time using that here?
No, actually, a cop once came to me and I thought he was gonna tell me to shut it off or something. She actually asked me if he could fly. Yeah.
I wish the cops told me that.
Why? Did they give you a hard time?
I wish they would say, hey, can I use your whiteboard and learn what you're doing?
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, actually, I would like to learn what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, when you get settled, why don't you come back over here and we'll do a talk. This is the most unorthodox beginning to an SE conversation to date. You okay if I record this, Edgar?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. He already has one of my cards and a magnet. Just needs a puzzle piece. I gave him $20 for the footage. Hopefully he sends it to me. Grab some water. Do you want to stand? How about you stand right there?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Or honestly, would you mind terribly if we just moved one more time?
Okay.
That'd be good. I just want to keep. The wind's going to be hitting this
Yeah,
mic,
it's gonna be-
but there's noise there. I think that's the bigger culprit than the
Yeah.
wind. Okay. So you're asking what I'm doing, and what I do is a version of epistemology called Street Epistemology.
Okay.
And it's a fairly non-academic version of it. It's simply using questions to respectfully challenge a person's claim that they think is true.
Okay.
So maybe you have a supernatural view that there's an entity and you call it God and it listens to your prayers. Or you think that vaccines cause autism. You're sure of it. Maybe you think the earth is flat.
Oh, okay.
Or you... That'd be really interesting with your drone. If you I don't know if we could test it. But we take a claim like that you not only think is true, you act out on it because you think that it's true. We had briefly talked about crashing drones into rocks and stuff. I mean, we can talk about... It was actually kind of a topic that somebody suggested. It might be fun to explore.
Okay.
But if you're not passionate about it, it might be a little bit harder to use this approach with a person on. So is there something that you want to explore where I ask you questions in a short amount of time to try to get to the bottom of it?
Oh, maybe like ghosts aren't real?
Ghosts aren't real.
Yes.
I just talked to a guy who thought ghosts were real.
Okay.
You don't think that they're real?
No.
Okay. I'll set a timer for 4 minutes.
Okay.
Are you 100% sure that ghosts aren't real?
Maybe. I would say around 75%.
You're 25% sure ghosts are real?
Well, maybe spirits, but maybe not ghosts. I mean, I think there's a difference between spirits and ghosts.
Okay. How confident are you? Are we talking about spirits or ghosts then?
Let's say ghosts. Let's say ghosts.
Are you 25% sure ghosts are real?
No. I'm,
Or spirits.
I'm 100% sure ghosts aren't real, and maybe like 20%, 25% sure spirits are real. Yeah. spirits.
Can we explore your 25% confidence that spirits are real?
Okay.
What's the difference between a spirit and a ghost?
Well, spirit is the soul of somebody.
The soul?
Yeah, like for example, I as a Mexican, I celebrate Día de los Muertos, Day of the Dead.
Mhm.
So we celebrate the souls of the people that we have lost, and they actually come on that day. And well, there's a tradition that at the altar that we leave for them, all the food, the sweetness, they take it out on that day, and then we just get the leftovers.
Okay. This is something that your culture celebrates and does on an annual basis, I
Yes.
suppose. Do you think that that's what's really happening?
I do because, well, the thing about the sweetness, it actually happens because when you try the Day of the Dead bread beforehand, it's
Yeah.
sweet and it's really good. And then
Huh.
when you try it afterwards, it's the sweetness is out. The only thing that makes it sweet is the sugar that they put on top, but the actual sweet on the bread, it's gone.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, I don't know much about this
Yeah,
tradition that you
don't
have.
worry.
If I understand what you're saying, part of the tradition is to leave bread out.
Leave
Or
bread
treats?
or the treats. Yeah, treats.
You leave treats out for the dead, your deceased relatives and so forth. The way that you can be fairly sure that it's real and happening is the taste of the bread changes from what it tasted like at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Is it the day or
Well,
is it a week-long event or?
Well, because it's 2 days. The first one is
2
the
days.
celebration of the saints and children, and then the 2nd of November, it's the celebration of everybody else, like relatives.
Okay. If I understand what you're saying, you have a test of sorts to see if this is what's really happening.
Yep.
And the way that you can test it is you taste the treats after 48 hours
Yep.
and you notice a difference. And because they're no longer sweet,
You can tell that they've been there.
you can tell that the souls or the spirits of our deceased relatives are here.
Yep.
Okay. How often have you tested it? Have you actually performed this test?
Yeah, it's actually my birthday, so I celebrate it every year.
It's your birthday?
Both my birthday and that day, because November the 1st is the day of the saints and the children, and it's also my birthday. So
Oh.
besides celebrating my birthday, I also do that.
There's 2 times of the year that you actually have the opportunity to test it.
Yeah, November the 1st, which is Day of the Saint, and November the 2nd, which is Day of the Dead. Everybody else.
How's your birthday factored in that?
I celebrated alongside it, so
Huh.
besides me celebrating my day, I celebrate their day.
Oh, that's a nice gesture. Were you born on one of those days?
Yes, I was born November the 1st.
Oh, okay. I see. What would a failed test look like? What would a test look like where you would say, maybe these souls really aren't coming back to suck the sweetness out of this bread?
Oh, that's a good question. I really have no idea how to answer that.
You currently
Well,
do.
let's say it's sweet also. Well, I don't exactly believe that they didn't do it. Like most of the time it works. It's
Ah.
not sweet anymore. But
At the end of the celebration, if you were to taste it and it was just as sweet, are you saying that it wouldn't dissuade you from thinking that the souls are real?
no, not really.
What kind of test is that then?
More like a faith.
Pardon?
Faith kind of test.
It's a faith test?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Do faith tests always yield positive results?
not really.
A faith
Like-
test could yield a result that would lead you to conclude that it's not true?
Even if it fails, it wouldn't dissuade me, or I don't know how to say it. It wouldn't take me out of my conclusion that they're real, just because of one failed test or even 100.
Even 100 failed tests wouldn't reduce your confidence from a 25% to a 1?
No, because even though fails conclude that they're wrong, I would still like to think that souls of my past relatives are there to be with me one day of the year.
You like to think that it's the case.
Yeah. Even if
Is that what I'm hearing?
Even if it was shown to be wrong.
Hold on a second. Let me just adjust this camera. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I should have adjusted that before. Sorry. Even if it can shown to be not happening, you'd still continue thinking that the souls of your deceased loved ones are coming back?
Yeah, because it's nice to think that well, we think of them every single year or every single day, maybe like some people, but it's nice to see that they're 2 days of the year, like next to us again, or that we're remembering them in a special occasion.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, what's more important to you? That their souls are really coming back and sucking the sweetness from the bread, or the remembrances that you're making for the loved ones?
The remembrances, because food is food. That's just a little treat that we give them, like the things that they love the most when they were alive. But the actual definition of the day is to remember them and to feel that they're with us one day again.
Okay. So if you discover that you have no way of testing to see if their souls really are coming back, you still want to continue recognizing the loved ones that were around in the past.
Yeah. Even like my mom's dad, I didn't meet him. He died around 7 years before I was born. But through pictures and through like videos, he was a really great grandfather. Like to my older cousins, they can tell me stories about him.
Yeah.
And it's nice to remember him, even though I didn't meet him. Well, he raised a lovely mom for me.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay. Last question. Could you be at a 1 out of 100% with regards to spirits and souls still coming back? Could a person be capable of decreasing their confidence that that's what's really happening, and yet still acknowledge the loved ones that were there before us?
Yeah, because well, let's say for example, you said that you didn't know much about it.
Vaguely, yeah, I have a vague understanding.
But you still remember your past relatives, like maybe once every month.
Yeah, like my father passed away 5 or 6 years ago. I often think about him, and maybe there's some things that we do to recognize it. Like if I discover a picture, that's what I'm wondering though for you though. Is it necessary to think that their spirits and souls are actually coming back in order to honor them?
Nope, not at all. Like I said, even if the sweetness didn't actually happen, it's just like another day of you remembering them for what they were or who they were.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, man, that was really fantastic. So to answer your question, that's what I do. We take a claim, we explore it by me asking questions, and sometimes they could be difficult or challenging questions. And ideally, it causes the person to take a second look at their views. And I think that was a really good example of it. And I want to thank you for your time. And I want to also thank you again for doing the drone shot.
Yeah, don't worry.
That was really nice. I'm really glad that you stopped to do that. So I think I've given you pretty much everything with the exception of one of these 3 pieces. Would you like to take one of them as a gift? And then if you see me out here again, we can pick up the conversation about...
Okay.
You want to go for that?
I'm more into blue, so...
Okay. Well, you can come back and you can build out the entire set of blue pieces if you want, or you can use different colors or whatever. Do you have any questions for me?
When do you come back?
Usually between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. if the weather's good and I have some availability.
Like weekdays or?
Weekdays.
Weekdays.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
I mostly take it out Thursdays and Tuesdays because I only have one class and then that's it.
Oh, you're just taking one class?
Well, for one day. I have my schedule like that.
Oh, I see. I follow you.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, thank you again for your time. And if you want to hit me up on email or whatever, or at the very least, if you can send me the link so that I can download the footage.
Mr. Socrates,
Hey.
appreciate your work.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a fan of you.
Oh.
I was expecting to see you someday here in San Antonio. Glad to see
I'm
you
here today. I'm here.
Right.
Before you run, I may have a t-shirt for you if you want to grab one. I'm just about to wrap up this interview.
All right.
You got a minute?
Yeah.
Can you just hold off for a second? I'll get you. Okay, cool. What size shirt would you like?
Large?
I don't know if I have a large.
Mediums or item?
I got a medium. Meeting with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What's your name?
Rudy.
Thank you for stopping. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate what you do. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Very nice of you.
That's nice.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, don't worry.
Would you like an invite to the Discord so you can
Yeah,
actually
sure.
listen to the conversation that I'm having, and then people can engage with you? So somebody did ask me a question that they wanted me to ask you, and I think it's a good one.
Okay.
The question is, it's still not coming through.
Yeah, I don't know what. Do you want to try your iPad?
Yeah, we can try my iPad.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on.
Oh, maybe it was going to my iPad.
Oh, on the
You know what? It was probably going to my iPad. Oh, so here.
Hey, because he just said Anthony. Sorry, I turned off your cellular there. Context only, everyone.
Oh, you just turned off my cellular?
There, I turned it on back again.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry, I
That's
clicked it by
okay. It
accident.
might just drop my connection
Anthony's
to the
iPad
Discord.
8.
There you go. So the question is, I think it's in regards. Did it come through?
Still says waiting.
The question is in regards to the conversation that we just had about spirits and souls and your confidence, and that you're doing this as a way to honor your deceased loved ones.
Yeah.
And the question is, what might be a second best way to go about acknowledging the loved ones in our life, other than thinking that their souls are coming back and sucking the sugar out of sweets?
Well, like for example, I'm Catholic, so I could just go to church and be there with them, like just pray and think that they're alongside me, or just trying to have a conversation with them.
Okay.
And maybe for those that don't pray, or like they don't have any religion at all, and they just want to remember their loved ones.
Yeah.
It could be that, well, like you said, you found a picture or you found something that was prior to them, and you have these memories that come back to you about them, and maybe you don't see it, but they're actually remembering with you.
Okay. It sounds like you do still adhere to this idea that spirits and souls of our loved ones are still around us.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
oh, I don't want to go into that, but, well, like, for example, some people might think, like, for your father,
My father?
you would like to think that he looks down to you, right? Like, he looks after you sometimes?
I don't feel the need to think that.
Okay.
I think the memories of him are enough, and maybe stumbling across a picture or a video, or thinking about a funny thing that maybe happened when he was around, that's sufficient enough for me.
Okay.
And yet it doesn't sound like that's the case for you. That
Well, for me, like I said, it's not the need of feeling that they're there, but it's nice to feel or to think that they're right there.
I think you said that earlier. It's nice to think that this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's actually what's really happening?
Yeah, I do.
You do.
Yeah, like for example, I do, but let's say that somebody doesn't know these ideals or they have never
Yeah.
thought about it.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be nice to think that they're actually there? Like, what's wrong with saying that they're not?
It would be nice to think that I'm a millionaire as well. However, I'm not.
Yeah.
So, do you understand the difference between something that's nice to think that it's the case and thinking that it truly is the case?
Yeah. Can I get it now? It's not doing it, so I'm just gonna send it to you to a Google Drive. It'll be much
Okay.
better.
You got my email now.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that was good enough for a first talk. Let's end it on that note. And then would you please come back if you see me out here again?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we'll pick it up. And I'd like to revisit this idea of being able to test it.
Well, actually, I'll actually look it up again for our next discussion, and actually come back with another test.
Okay, great. That sounds good.
Oh, I know what's happening. It's 2 minutes, and it's like I said, it's 2.7, so it's a really large file.
Did you?
If you wanna, if you wanna try the drone again, like I said, I'm just gonna be over there at the soccer fields.
Oh, I think I got plenty of footage.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what. Let's say I'm out here and I'm chatting with somebody, and you have some time. If you want to just buzz it over and capture that.
Well, most of the time I'm just flying around. So if I see you here and I just see somebody there, I'm just gonna buzz it by.
Beautiful. I love that. That'd be great.
All right. And hopefully it's done by the time. Okay. All right. So it was nice to meet you.
It's my pleasure, Edgar. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
See you around. That was the most convoluted conversation I think I've ever had. And it's not because of his views. It was such an interrupted conversation. I mean, I guess people might find that interesting. Okay.
I find what you're doing to be so scary.
It is scary. I get scared too. It is kind of scary at first, but when you do it enough.
Can you suggest anything to work up to it?
Well, I mean, you can dial back your goals too. It doesn't have to be, I want to talk to people to change their mind. It could be, I want to ask somebody to stop and ask them a question that might cause them to take a few seconds about their thoughts. And then just build off of that. Did you ever see the survey that somebody made? There's these wonderful questions.
I completely forgot to get the Discord.
Oh, I didn't send you the link. Well, I was thinking about just emailing it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want the invite though? What's the easiest way to send you the invite?
Oh, I need a link.
Yeah, I think you need an invite link, right? Let me see. Can I help you find something?
I'm looking for the music building.
Edgar, you know where the music building's at?
Oh, shoot. I'm not really sure. Like I said, it's my first semester.
I don't even see it on here.
I know it's not on here.
It must have a different name.
If you hit the app, I think it shows you. Give me 1 second.
My son goes here.
Hopefully I can show it to you.
Oh, there's a survey. Thank you for posting that. I'm trying to think the best way. Are you on Twitter?
No. I really...
What is the best way to send
Facebook?
this to you?
Messenger?
Let me just check my email and I'll just reply to your email.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Edgar. Okay. Let me... So, folks, when will you be joining? Can you join today?
Yeah, I can join right now.
Okay. Looks like Edgar is going to be joining the Discord, folks. So, give him a very warm welcome. It sounds like you're a Catholic. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's actually a few Catholics in the group.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here.
There we go.
Hey, if you join, say hello. Just unmute your mic, say hello to me so that I can hear your voice. I think that'd be kind of neat if I heard your voice. But when people join the channel that I'm on right now, I ask them to mute their microphones.
Okay. Private one?
Hmm?
Private one-on-one?
No, there's one called Live Chat. It may not be
Call-in show.
immediately available to you since you just joined. Is there a moderator that can add to the SE live and text chat channels? I think by default they're not available.
SC practice, SC videos, private one-on-one, lounge chat. There's a lot.
Yeah.
SC live chat?
There you go. Now that's the text.
Oh, that's a text.
That's happening. There's also a voice one below it, I think.
Let me check.
Scroll down a bit. See all those people
Call-in
there?
show? Oh, okay, I got it.
Join that one. There's Edgar.
All right.
Do you have headphones or something?
I forgot my headphones at home.
Oh.
I really wish I had
He's got
them.
us on speakerphone.
but- Yeah.
Let me talk. I'm going to say, hello, Edgar. That was weird. All right.
All right.
See you around, bud. I got to tell you, man, that Edgar, he was a real problem. He's walking away. I'm wondering if he's going to turn around and look at me. He might not. He's waving. Okay. Be nice to Edgar. Don't dogpile them. Oh, Edgar, you're about 100 yards away from me now, but since you're listening, if there's a specific way you would like me to thank you for your drone footage, I could put that in the video description. So if you want me to use your first name or your full name or whatever, feel free to let me know in that email. I hope you guys left good comments about Edgar, because I'll probably be watching them. Thanks again for participating in that talk. What did you think about it as you're walking away? I could barely see you now. You want to give me some feedback? Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Which video did you end up watching? Oh, you sound like you watched more than one then. So you watched the first, there's two videos with Maritza. The first one, it sounds like you watched the one about truth. There's a second conversation with her that I would really love it if you could make some time to watch the second one. She talks about spirits, and we explore the evidence that she has for thinking that spirits are real. Do you think that you could watch that one before we talk a second time? If you're still willing to do that? Yeah. Okay, great. Great. Okay. Thanks, Edgar. That was cool. How's it going, guys? Do you have time to do an interview by any chance? Are you guys on that lift or there? Or are you doing something else?
We're on the inside.
Okay. Yeah. This is a trippy day. Imagine what we just were proposing here. So, a video of I mean, I was just thinking how my conversation with Edgar is going to prepare me for a third conversation with Maritza. And here, I just suggested to Edgar to watch the conversations with Maritza. It's so neat. It's so neat, the utility that these videos offer. Damn. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's neat how my conversation with Edgar, I think, would help me for my third talk with Maritza, and yet I still think Edgar could probably benefit from watching both conversations. This would be, wouldn't this be really neat? What if Edgar watches a whole shitload of SE videos and really learns this method? And then he happens to run into Maritza. And I'm not even here. Edgar, are you listening? Wouldn't that be neat? Wouldn't that be neat? Edgar, I've got high hopes for you, Edgar. I think we're putting the cart before the horse. Do you have a few minutes to watch my gear while I use the bathroom? Okay. Edgar, do you want to do interviews while I'm gone? Figure out what they believe is true. Ask them why they think it's true. and then ask them how they can determine that that's a good reason. And give them plenty of time to think about it. Okay. I will mute myself and listen in to your conversations. Why not? You watched 3 of my videos, right? Ask them, ask them if they have time for a short interview. So Edgar, as you're working your way over here, there's a small tripod in the bushes over here that's just going. You don't have to do anything with. But the other one that's on the taller tripod, oh wow, this one just froze. Oh no, it's going. The one on the tall tripod, it is recording, but the camera's pointing down. So all you have to do is just raise it up and kind of position it once your conversation partner is stopped. Yeah, just lift it up. Meaning once they stand in a spot, just lift the camera up to... No, when they physically stop moving. Do you want me to snag someone for you to talk to? Or do you want to do it yourself? I'll have to give you my camera too. Okay, I'm leaving a lot of equipment with you, buddy. I'm taking my cell phone and my iPad though, but you've got about 3 cameras here. Can you just position it up there and record yourself? Really? How long does it last for?
As long as the battery lasts.
Huh?
As long as the battery lasts.
Okay. Do you want to wear this camera?
Sure. Let me just put this stuff.
Yeah. We are breaking new ground here, Edgar. All right. You may very well be the first Christian that I've seen do street epistemology on camera. There you go.
I'm gonna try to remain anonymous.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to remain anonymous, or like not.
I think it's too late for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Too late.
Okay.
So 4 minutes?
Yeah, just set a timer for that starts the timer. Okay. That stops it. Hold it bolt to reset. Oops. Hold on. I'm doing it upside down.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So now, I think my mic is muted.
Yep.
Oh, you don't have AirPods or earbuds, right?
Nah.
Okay. Will people be able to hear you talking?
Yeah. I'll just put it right here.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab a snack and something to drink.
Yeah, sure.
You unmute your mic.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm just talking with Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah, so Anthony was saying earlier that he was wondering why other people don't go to the colleges in their area. I mean, I live in a city, and there is one state school in my city. There are some Christian schools as well. I wouldn't feel as comfortable going
There's
to those
like 4 over here,
schools, but
Anthony. Antonio?
Who lives close to a state school? I mean, me.
Me.
It's one. Well, Edgar, of course we know that.
I'll be right back. Thanks.
All right.
Realize that people here from all over the world. Like, I don't live near any major college or major.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just
I want to take a picture of Edgar
so
before I
out
go.
of the 34 people here, 34 people in box. Sounds like 2 of them live near a large school.
All right. Anthony left.
Astro, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I live 30 minutes from one of the largest schools in America.
Okay.
Who should I snag? Somebody waited up their earphones in.
So it looks like we're up to about 10%, maybe 12% of the people in the chat. Say that they're near a large school. Oh yeah, there you go. Nice.
Edgar, say something to us so we know that you're there.
Okay. Wait, what do you want me to do?
Just don't get to me. Look like, you know, something's going on. What's on your mind?
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna try to grab two guys, but they're in military uniform and they're on the phone, so never mind. Oh, there's a pair here. Maybe I can get them too. Hey guys, do you have time for a little interview?
No.
Nah? All right. Yeah, they were probably talking to each other. That was not a good time.
You use a more authoritative voice.
What was that?
Use a more authoritative voice, like say, hello. So like Anthony does. Hello. Hello, that's when you go. Hello, then let me pause, right?
Okay. I'm just looking for people that don't have their earplugs in, and it's really hard to find one.
Yeah.
Huh?
I guess it's like a slow movement, like if you go, it doesn't matter, but if you want to, you know.
A lot of people rushing. What time is it? Oh, that explains it. Oh, be sure to keep my camera then. Oh, thanks. Okay, there it's down. Still looking. A bunch of people either talking to each other on their phones or earbuds. So. Come on.
Okay, so. Okay.
Alright. The wind really died down, so I don't think the audio is gonna be that much of an issue. Oh, here's somebody. Never mind, he waved me off. Wait, AstroCard? Yeah, the school mascot is on my t-shirt. How did he know that? Ooh. Gonna try to get a group of people. Maybe they can do a little better one. Or does Anthony not do that? Like a group of people?
You can try.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's harder with a group of people.
Hey guys, do you have time for a little interview?
Not really,
No?
man. I gotta go.
All right, don't worry. I forgot that I had to keep my phone here. I think you guys can hear me. Oh, he posted a pic of me.
Sometimes he get his someone to be his assistant. Okay. A lot of people just looking down. Hey, do you have time for an interview? Yeah. So, can you record you? Okay. Can you stand over here, please? Let me post this. All right, there we go. So what I do, well, I don't do it, but I'm helping somebody out. It's Street Epistemology.
Okay.
So mostly, what is something that you firmly believe in, and could it be challenged? So 4 minutes, is that fine?
Sure.
Okay. So, for example, when he was doing an interview for me, I told him that I don't believe in ghosts, but I do believe in souls, something like that. Or like, is faith something based on you, or is it something that you got from your parents?
Okay.
All right. So, what is something that you strongly believe in?
That nothing happens after you die.
That nothing happens after you die.
Yeah,
Okay.
That it's like a void.
Okay. Why do you think that?
So, scientifically, my brain says that. How do I explain? Like your consciousness and whatever it is that makes you specifically you is attached to your biological functions. And so while I do think that your atoms perhaps are recycled,
Okay.
because no new matter is ever created, the specific components of what make you precisely you only exists within your physical body, and so once your heart stops and your brain stops, that is all the ties to who you are as a being.
Okay.
And so while your physical body, cells and atoms and like could be recycled, and you could theoretically end up like as a new person or what have you.
Okay, so like Buddhism? Is that where you
Yeah, like with reincarnation in a way, but like your actual soul and who you are as a person doesn't exist after you die.
Oh, okay.
So like I believe that your atoms and like individual like cell components get recycled per se, but not that your soul and what makes you who you are gets recycled. I think that only exists for your lifetime.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put this here because they say that I'm having my mic sensitivity. All right.
Okay.
Sorry. So what I understand is that you go to this belief through scientific method, kind of.
Yes.
Way? All right. So let's say that there was no science to it. That there's
Sure.
Let's say we go all the way back because you were saying that your atoms don't move from your body. So let's go back to the time where atoms weren't even discovered yet.
Sure.
How would you still believe that there's nothing after you die, or how would you how would you prove that there's nothing after?
I think without the fundamental knowledge that like you can't create something out of nothing, and that like your atoms recycle, so to speak, based on like chemistry and physics and like the rules of nature and whatnot. I think it'd be really hard for me to like explain that. So if I didn't have that scientific theories and rules to back me up, I don't think I could necessarily say that with confidence.
Oh, okay. Is it okay if I ask you about your religion?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I was raised religious.
You were raised religious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my family raised me Missouri Synod Lutheran, and
Oh,
while
can we keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got a little bit of time.
Okay.
But I don't necessarily like I don't feel in my heart of hearts, and I'm not like compelled.
Okay.
And like truly honestly believe that there's a God. Like it might be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So
but, like I don't usually associate with a religion
okay.
other than just like science.
So I'm assuming a little bit here. While you were raised, did you believe in God?
Till I was about 8.
Okay. What happened that shifted you from God, like not believing in God, and then now believing in the scientific way of it?
I started to question when I was about 8 or so.
Okay.
And then by the time I turned 13, I kind of figured out how I felt on the matter. And my shifting to a more scientific explanation of things is like, that's not necessarily discouraged in my family, but my family is a little more of the idea that anything that science can't explain is God.
Okay. Anything that science can't explain is God.
Yeah, so if we can't explain it yet, but like it's a phenomenon that happens and exists, and we can't explain it with science, then it must be like the hand of God.
Okay.
So I'm a big nerd and like to read a lot, and so during a lot of my formative years,
it's what makes you happy, right?
yeah, during my formative years, I did a lot of reading and research, and when I was trying to figure out how I felt about things, like looking at different religions and what have you,
Okay.
to see if it was just the religion I was raised with that I was uncomfortable with,
Uh-huh.
or religion in general.
Religion in general. Okay, so what did you come to conclude?
It is religion in general that I'm not particularly comfortable with.
Okay.
So, like, I do loosely believe in the idea of recreation, reincarnation.
Okay.
So, like, if there was anything other than just a void of nothingness after you died, I would. The ideal scenario to me would be reincarnation, because
Okay.
I'm not interested in a heaven or hell and eternal life. Like, that has no appeal to me whatsoever.
Okay, so you don't believe it like religiously, but you like to think that if it did happen, it would just be reincarnation.
Yeah. So, like, if I had to pick,
Yeah, if you had to pick.
yeah, but I'm not exactly convinced that anything actually happens.
So you would like to believe in reincarnation instead of just the void, but you don't believe
I prefer
in.
the void.
You prefer the void.
I
Okay.
prefer the void. Like, I want, like, once you die, that's it, and there's nothing, and you just
okay.
simply do not exist. But if anything, if that wasn't the case, like, my option 2 is the void. I mean reincarnation words in English.
So okay, I get really confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's complicated. But
But
like, I don't
you
have
you wouldn't like the idea of, well, for example, I'm a Catholic,
Sure.
and I really like the idea that after death, it's not just emptiness, that I have the choice. Like,
Yeah.
if I was good to myself and to others, and I followed the guidelines,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to a good place, to heaven.
Yeah.
You
That doesn't appeal to me.
that doesn't appeal to you.
No,
Okay,
I don't want eternal life. None of that.
none of that. You would just rather live another life.
Yeah.
Live another life. Sorry.
Yeah. Cause like my dad died when I was 12,
Oh.
and
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, and he was my universe. And my mom takes a lot of comfort in the idea of heaven because she knows that he's in heaven.
That he's in
And
heaven.
so that she will go to heaven and join him someday brings her a lot of comfort. But for me, I'm more of the position that, you kind of just have to let it go. And
Okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, so it doesn't bring you any comfort.
So the idea of heaven or eternal life.
All right. So going back to the original question real quickly, like you said, you're backed up on the scientific method that there's nothing besides that void.
I mean, if there was something that can contradict it, yeah, you could change my mind.
Okay, so not the scientific method, but me. As a believer, as a Catholic, I'm trying to convince you to actually turn yourself that there is a heaven, there is a hell, and that there is something after that, but you can't use your scientific method. What else would you back yourself up that there's nothing?
I don't think I could.
Okay.
Because my way of thinking is so connected to that scientific method and stuff that it would be hard to not only like convince me that convince me otherwise or convince me of something new.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's kind of like the rule book of which I do my logical thinking and stuff.
Okay. So do you have faith that the scientific method is the true nature, or is that just something that you want to believe?
The first one.
The first one. So you have faith that that's it.
I have faith, I suppose, that the scientific method is accurate and that all we know about science is how we can explain it. Like, that science itself is real and how we explain it, we learn over time to grow more accurate to that.
Mm-hmm.
But the overall, like, laws of the universe don't change.
Okay.
So, like, we couldn't explain gravity until, like, Newton and Einstein.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean gravity didn't exist. Like, it didn't change after we figured out how to name it and call it something and how to predict it and do math and things like that.
So, okay, let's say the scientific method, we try to explain it right now, but we're not completely sure. You think in the future will be to completely be able to 100% certain
I don't know
deduce.
If we could do that, but I certainly hope so.
You hope that in the future we'll have a scientific explanation to death, or not death, the life, or if there's anything after death.
Post-death?
Post-death.
I mean, I don't think it's beyond the realm of reason. I think that could be the case, that we could figure that out. But, I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath. I mean, we're still trying to figure out how to explore the deepest depths of the ocean, so it might take a hot minute.
So you would think us as humans will rather focus on other things than focusing on what happens after us? Like, we'll rather explore.
I think humanity as a whole is typically too afraid and too scared to actually have a real answer to that. If we knew with absolute certainty that this is what happened, I don't think humans would take very kindly.
Okay, so what I'm thinking you're saying is that if we knew what happened, our lives wouldn't actually change?
Like, I think it's one of those things I don't think we would want to know.
Oh,
I think we would rather not know and have our own beliefs.
So, like, for example, you would not want to know when you're gonna die.
Exactly.
You would rather just live on life as it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Like,
so,
and I'm not saying that like it would probably have this. It would either have like a huge effect on humanity and life in general if we knew exactly with absolute certainty what happens after you die, or it could not affect us at all, and we'd be like, whatever, I'm still going to believe what I'm going to believe because we're stubborn like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think. I think if like humanity had a choice, we would rather not know.
We would rather
so that we could believe what we want to believe.
Okay, but in case we did know what it was, do you think us as humans would block away that absolute answer and instead keep on believing on what we believe happens?
Probably. I think a good portion of people would. I mean, like, you have scientific evidence that vaccines are good, but there are still anti-vaxxers.
There's still anti-vaxxers, that's true.
So I think it's one of those things that, I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So you could show them something that you know is the absolute truth, but that doesn't mean they're going to believe you or take it as the truth.
Take it as it's true. Okay, that's.
And I can read something that I know is absolutely true, and somebody else can read it and get a completely different interpretation of that. So it's one of those things.
All right. Well, that was really interesting, and I think you have to go, right?
I do have to go. I have an exam in 10 minutes.
An exam. Okay.
There's a car.
Oh. Okay. Don't worry.
Is this for me?
Yeah, this is for you.
Cool.
In case you want to check it out, and actually, do you want a sticker?
I will take a sticker.
You will take a sticker. Okay, here you go. And if you want to look it up, he's actually the one that does it. I'm just helping him out for right now.
Sure.
He has a YouTube channel
Okay.
where he does all of this, and it's really good. You should really look it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking
So,
to me. That was a good
in
time.
case you pass by again, he actually is here on the weekdays, like from 10 to 1 or 2, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. So there's also this.
Yeah.
Which color piece would you want?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. So next time you actually come by, I actually took a blue one also.
Yeah.
So he told me next time we come by, and if you see him, you can try to debate him out with him, like instead of me.
Ooh. Okay. Think about it.
All right.
All right, I should go.
Well, thank you very much.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too.
Good job, man.
I was really nervous.
You were nervous? Do you want to mute your microphone?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, I want to do a debrief. You have time to do a debrief?
Yeah, sure. Like I don't have anything.
Awesome job.
There we go.
Okay, good. Edgar, you did it. You know, there are so many people listening to this who we were just actually talking about it. You may have even been listening.
I wasn't listening because I knew that.
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. But before you came back,
Oh,
we were talking about how it could be really nerve-wracking to do what you just did. Could you mute that?
oh, okay. Give me 1 second.
We don't do that anymore.
There we go.
Okay, and this battery's about to die. Let's do a quick debrief. First of all, congratulations.
Yep.
From what I heard, it was broken up quite a bit.
Yeah, it
But
was-
from what I heard, you did a great job. It's hard or challenging, I suppose, to get somebody to stop, and you managed to do that. You explained what you were doing. Tell me about how are you feeling? Let's start with that.
I felt like I wanted to give my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot, but I tried to hold back as much as I could. I did come out as a Catholic, and I know I'm supposed to remain
I noticed that.
anonymous, but I was trying to challenge her against her beliefs, against mine.
Remember, you were asking, like, well, what do I do? What do I say? And I said, find out what they believe, their reasons why, and how they concluded that that's a good reason. What was her claim?
Her claim was that after life there's nothing, because she went in the scientific method of it, that our atoms stay inside of us, and that our molecular parts, like, they don't move. So in the case of reincarnation, our soul as a person, it doesn't move. We're a different person. We're not the same person as we were.
It doesn't move? What does that mean?
Well, she was basing that her soul was based on atoms and the molecular parts.
Okay. She doesn't have the view that there's a soul that comes back after people die.
No.
Which is something that we actually discussed earlier.
I asked her if it was like Buddhism, and she said yes, but that the fact that our soul, it doesn't move. Like, our soul stays there, buried in the
It's matter, basically.
Yeah,
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was her main reason why she thought that?
She said, well, first of all, she said that she stopped believing in religion at the age of 8.
Okay.
And that,
I'm gonna get a little closer just so I can get you.
yeah, sure. And that
It's
she
so
was-
windy out, noisy out.
Yeah, I was really worried because she was a little bit.
Well, also, I think the sensitivity on your microphone was maybe too sensitive. So
Okay.
whenever there was a breeze, it was cutting out.
Well, yeah, it's the phone's microphone. I didn't have.
I almost walked over here to give you one of my AirPods to make it a little bit better, but I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah. So what she said that at the age of 8, she started developing doubts, and then she stopped believing on God, and then she
stopped believing in God at 8.
Yeah, at 8.
That was the reason why she thinks that there's no soul?
Well, here's the thing. After she stopped believing in what she was taught by her parents, she started looking into other religions, like if it was just that particular religion that she didn't really follow. But then she said that all religions, she doesn't think of them as true,
and that she'd rather go with something that is proven truth.
Okay. She doesn't believe the claim that there's a God or a soul because it can't be demonstrated. It can't be proven by the scientific method.
And I asked her if did she think that in the future we could actually prove that they were truth, and she said maybe, but like if it was proven, she said that some people might refuse to believe that human truth and still stick to their beliefs.
She thinks that people who think God is real would still keep believing in God if it was demonstrated that God didn't exist? Is that what she was saying?
If it was demonstrated by humans that God didn't exist, she believes that there would still be some people, some groups that remain
Christian
believing in God.
believers.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember when I asked you the question, you said something like, I like to think that they're souls.
Yeah.
And it sounded like you were even saying, even if we can't test that that's the case, I might still continue believing it.
Yeah, like let's say I wasn't raised in God, I would still I would still believe that there's my what is it called? My
Souls?
family members
Spirits.
looking after me. Yeah. And then,
You still believe that they,
or not even looking after me, just there.
which is what she basically said. She was saying, I think, that she thinks that people would still believe in a God even if it could be demonstrated that that's not the case. Which is very similar to what you told me earlier with regards to souls, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Kind of.
Okay, what was her methodology? Did you get into method? Did you get into how she determined that that's a good reason for not thinking that there's a God?
Shoot.
It's okay if you didn't. I mean, honestly, you nailed it. I mean, you knocked it out of the park. So don't feel bad if you didn't cover that. But it's one of the most important. It's one of the most important aspects of what we do with street epistemology, is we want to figure out how are you concluding that you have good reasons.
Here's the thing. I remember now. She told me that she claimed herself. I didn't say it. She claimed herself as a nerd, that she really liked to read, so that how she came up with the scientific method of that there's nothing. She said that after reading a lot, that she went more into that. That's how she bases herself, that there's no soul, that it's all atoms. And
She did a lot of reading and research, and then she came to the conclusion that there's no. Okay. So a good question might be something like, if you continued reading and you discovered other writings that explained that there was a soul, would you find it compelling? Now she might say something like, oh no, I would just dismiss it. And then you can get into how she's deciding what she will accept when she reads and what she rejects when she reads. And that's epistemology. And that's the heart of it. That's the foundation of these beliefs that we have.
I did ask her, what would she base her belief in if she couldn't use the scientific method? If that scientific way that she was saying it was proved to be wrong.
Okay.
And she did tell me at the beginning that she couldn't really rely on anything else. But then I asked her, what do you think it is? That it is faith that you have that the scientific method is actually true? Or it's your belief that it's true? And she told me that it's faith.
She said it's faith?
Yeah, it's faith on the scientific method.
Faith in the scientific method. Okay, interesting. When we do street epistemology, one thing that's incredibly important is getting a person's definition of words. And faith is one of those words that the second you hear somebody say it, ask them what they mean by the word. Because more than likely, my definition, your definition, their definition, her definition, your drone's definition, wherever the hell that thing's at, our definitions of that word can vary greatly. So make sure that you're talking about the same things. But dude, I think you did a phenomenal job. Thank you very much. I actually have something special for you in my bag here.
Brain.
Okay? You deserve a brain. And if you keep coming back, we can build out the set with the rings that you have. Okay? All right, well, where is your drone at? Did it land?
Right there. Oh, I didn't put it up.
Oh, I thought it was up that whole time.
No.
Oh, you brought it down.
The wind got too strong. I didn't want it to. I can put it there, and I can put it on station, but I didn't want to force the motors, and then it would eventually crash.
Yeah, it got a little bit more windy than it was when you were earlier filming.
I tried to cover the mic as much as I could with my body and my head.
Well, I think you did a stellar job. I wish I could have been that good when I first went out to do this 7 years ago. So fantastic job. Fantastic job.
I think it was mostly Sunday school because I used to be a teacher in Sunday school.
Oh, you have a teaching background?
Yeah, I did it for 13-year-olds and down. So
Okay.
It was kind of interesting trying it with one of my age or
Good for you. Good for you. Well, you're more than welcome to come back and do that again with me at any point if you see me out here. Just wait till I'm not talking to somebody before you come up, and then we'll do some more.
Right.
All right.
I actually have 2 more GoPros and the camera I told you in case you want to use it.
Right now I've got 3, and I think that's plenty. In fact, what I'm finding is that I'm running out of hard drive space. I used to be able to upload 2 years worth and stick them on my hard drive, and now I can go to like half a year on my hard drive because I now have 3 cameras, and they're recording 24 gigs of data on each one. So it fills up my hard drive pretty quickly. All right, I'm gonna switch the camera out. The battery out on this one. Anything else?
No,
What'd you think?
it was really cool. And it was good to see other people's opinions.
Yeah. And maybe even push back a little bit on what they're saying without it becoming too hostile. Exactly. Good. Well, that was cool. You made my week with that. That was really great. And I'm gonna try to be out here again tomorrow. I'm gonna wrap it up for the day. Join the Discord. You're on it already, and let them know what you. I'm sure they have a shitload of questions. Do you guys have any questions for Edgar? Do you want to turn it back on speaker?
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to put it back on speaker.
There we go.
Edgar's back online.